He was extraordinary in many ways, and I'm sure everybody thinks their dad is extraordinary, but yeah, he was extraordinary. He was incredibly independent and pig-headed and determined, and that got him to a ripe old age of 91. He was amazing. He fell just after Christmas, down just on one step, and because of his age, he fractured his hip and had to go into hospital. And we knew that was probably quite a dangerous place to be in January with how much COVID was around. So he went in and he got through so much. He got through the surgery. We didn't think he would. He had a heart attack. He had clots on his lung. He got through all of that. And then just before he came home, he contracted COVID. And it was just one step too much for him. And he fought it off, and he managed to get a negative swab. So he even fought off COVID. But he was very fatigued, and he was just, his body just shut down. He was in hospital for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 weeks at this point. But obviously we hadn't got to see him. My mum hadn't. We got to see him on video calls, and at the later stage he couldn't take video calls because he was so fatigued. So we hadn't seen him. So I started talking to the doctor about palliative care, and it was literally on the I think it was the Wednesday we started talking about palliative care on the phone, and on the Thursday equipment was arriving, and on Friday he came home. And Willen was instrumental in all of that, and the care at home package that we got included obviously Willen Hospice at the heart of it. And if it hadn't been for Willen and their intervention and their involvement, we wouldn't have actually got to say goodbye to him. And actually, more importantly for me, obviously it had been devastating for me, but for my mum, there was a prospect of her having to go into hospital to say goodbye to him for half an hour she would have been given. And after 51 years of marriage, where they'd literally spent 24/7 together, it just did not feel right in any way, shape or form. And I know so many people have had to go through that during COVID, and honestly I couldn't be more grateful that we didn't have to do that, and he was able to come home. And he was desperate to come home. And yeah, Willen got involved at that point. So my dad got comfort and peace by being surrounded by us at home, and they did that. That's what they, going into work every day and doing what I suspect is quite a difficult job gave us. They gave us an ability for him to say goodbye to him, but for him to say goodbye to us.